everybody! Today I'm going to be reviewing a couple brand new products for you, which I'm really excited about. I don't know if you've noticed my bare face. All I have on is mascara, and that is because one of the items is going to be a foundation, and that is going to be the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I got a sample from Sephora in the shade Nude. I had them match me in the store, so hopefully it's pretty accurate. I did not buy it yet because I have a lot of foundations, and before I take the plunge on another $40 foundation, I wanted to try a sample, but I'll go into packaging and everything with you guys later. And then the second product that I am going to be reviewing, which I'm so excited about, is the Jaclyn Hill Becca collaboration highlight. This is the collaboration between Jaclyn Hill, who is an amazing beauty blogger here on YouTube, and Becca, who makes awesome highlights. So I'm really excited to try this for sure. Funny story, I ordered this off of Sephora.com and it got shipped to me. It was supposed to get here yesterday. I was like so excited. And then I got home from Daytona and someone jacked the package off my porch. They stole this and like this energy drink that I like need because I work night shift, and I was like, why? People suck. Okay, people suck so bad. Like, whoever stole my package, there's a dirty place in hell for you, I'm pretty sure. But luckily Sephora went ahead and refunded me that money, and I was able to go to the store where they had 2 left in stock. So praise Jesus, I get to test it out for you today. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put the foundation on and then do an update for you guys later. So I work a 12-hour shift. That is a very long shift, and it's 4 p.m. now. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on. I'll probably do an update about halfway through my shift, and then one when I get home, so you can really see how it held up. I'm pretty excited. So this is the Born This Way foundation from Too Faced Cosmetics, which they are, like, I've always loved Too Faced Cosmetics, but in the last year, they've really been coming up with some awesome products. They've really improved their bronzers. Hopefully this is an improvement on their old foundation, and like they've always had really good, you know, shadows. There's a thunderstorm right now, so if my dog goes crazy, that's why. He really doesn't like thunder. He's 60 pounds, but he's just a baby. A 5-year-old baby. So the packaging that this comes in, if you buy the full size, you'll get 30 milliliters, and I believe it's $39, and it comes in a glass bottle with a black pump, and it just says Born This Way on it. I will insert a stock photo for you so you can see what it looks like. You'll either love that it's in glass because there isn't any like chemicals from the plastic packaging that a lot of foundations come in, or you'll hate it because it's not good for traveling. I personally don't really care what packaging my foundation comes in as long as it works. I'm pretty easy to please, I guess. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this to my face with my Sephora 55 Pro Airbrush brush, which I've talked about in pretty much half of my videos at least. So if you've watched any of my videos, you know how much I love this brush. So the premise of this foundation is it's supposed to give you medium to full coverage while looking like your skin. So you're just supposed to look like naturally flawless. And I really feel like my Urban Decay Naked foundation does that well, but that one kind of sticks to my dry patches sometimes. So I'm excited to see if this one performs any better. Another thing about this foundation is that they use some better ingredients than other foundations. And it also doesn't smell disgusting. Like my Urban Decay Naked smells like paint. This doesn't really have much of a scent, and I know that they have healthy ingredients in it, such as coconut water, which is what like everyone's talking about, like, oh my god, there's coconut water in it, it's so healthy. And I use coconut oil as a daytime face moisturizer, so I'm pretty excited about that. And I will put a link below to Too Faced's website so you can get all of the information on price, where to buy, and all of the ingredients, and you can match yourself to your shade. So I got matched in Sephora, and they matched me with the shade Nude. So hopefully this is my shade. And the lady was really nice. Like, she gave me enough to see if this is like at all buildable. So she gave me like a bunch, which is super sweet. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start with that much, and I'll add more if I need to. And I'm just gonna kind of apply it with my Sephora 55. And My initial thoughts on how this feels on my face, it feels really good, feels really light. It kind of feels just like I was applying moisturizer, which is pretty nice. I did not apply a primer or anything just because not everyone uses a primer, and I just kind of wanted to see how it does on its own. So I think overall that this is a very good match for me. I mean, it's really evened out all of my redness, and I don't see like a crazy line, you know, from my neck to my chest. Now my neck and my face are a lot paler than my body because I'm a Florida girl and I've been spending a lot of time in the sun because, you know, I love the beach. And so I put a lot of SPF on my face. So my face is always like super pale compared to the rest of my body. This looks really good in person. I'm not sure if it's picking up on camera, but it's given me medium to full coverage, I would say, with just, I would probably use the equivalent of 1.5 pumps, I would say, to max, which is, you know, what I would normally use. Normally I use 3 to 4 pumps of my Urban Decay Naked to get coverage like this, so I'm super impressed so far by the coverage. Like, I don't think I need to build it up any further as of yet. I'll put on a little bit more on my chin and my nose just to see if it is buildable for you guys, but I'm pretty impressed already. Like, considering how much the lady at Sephora gave me, like, I cannot believe how far that little bit that I put on my face is going so far. This is insane. So it seems to be going over the first application well. I'm not having any problems with it. It does not look cakey at all. So I put an extra little bit on my chin and my nose here, and it doesn't come off as cakey at all, in my opinion. Like, so far, just coverage wise, I'm super impressed. I'm just gonna give this a minute or two to set, and then I'll show you what it looks like after it's set a couple minutes. I'll go finish my face, and then we'll move on to the Jaclyn Hill Becca Champagne Pop highlight. Okay guys, so I've given the foundation about 5 minutes to set. It doesn't feel tacky, but I mean, it didn't feel tacky even when I applied it, so I wasn't expecting it to. It is just a tiny bit like shiny on my nose, but not because of oil. I think that's just the finish of the foundation. It's supposed to look like natural skin, so it's not matte. I would say if anything, it was kind of a demi matte. It's a very natural finish. I am so far very impressed with this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup. I will do everything but my highlight, and then I will come back and we will give the Becca Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop a try, which I'm so excited about. I'll be back in a couple minutes. I almost just killed my camera. That was awful. Okay, we are back. It is now 4:13. I changed clothes. So I was in a red dress before I put on my makeup, and then I just got ready for work. So now I'm in scrubs. Sorry that it's not as pretty. What are you gonna do? Life of a nurse. So I went ahead and I finished the rest of my face. I did set everything with a powder because I set all of my foundations with a powder. Everything that I applied on top of the Too Faced Born This Way foundation applied very well. I went ahead and I used both powder and cream product. So I used my regular powder bronzer, and I went and I used my ColourPop Cheerio blush, which is a little bit more towards a cream formulation. It's kind of like a mix. I don't really know how to describe it, but everything sat nicely on top of that foundation. I think it's doing a great job so far. I did notice that there was a tiny, tiny bit of settling in my fine lines around my mouth, which everything settles in the fine lines around my mouth, I guess because I'm getting older and I have like these serious laugh lines. It's absolutely ridiculous. So like this, it's like the Grand Canyon. Like, do you see how deep that is? Like, you get lost in there. It's crazy, right? So I went ahead and I just set everything with a powder. So things are better now. No fine lines at the moment. It is time to give this highlight a try. The shade that Jaclyn Hill created with Becca is Champagne Pop. And her idea was to create a highlight that would look good on any skin tone, and I tend to be more fair to light, maybe medium when I tan, but this is me super tan. Like, this is a summer's worth of being in the sun. I put a lot of SPF on because I believe in safety and wrinkle reduction. And again, I'm really sorry about my dog making noises in the background. Baby, it's just thunder. It's just thunder. It's okay. He's just a baby. So the packaging is just like all of the other Becca highlighter packaging. It is a limited edition shade, so quantities are limited on Champagne Pop. So I'm surprised that it doesn't have different packaging. Their brushed copper limited shade did. It had copper. It had copper metal instead of the silver. So I'm surprised that they didn't do like a champagne or a gold. But you know, I'm not complaining. Becca packaging is very sturdy. It is very beautiful. So it's fabulous. And when you open it, like, it has a little plastic cover here that says Becca, and it has Jaclyn Hill's signature on it. I don't know if you can see that in this lighting. And it is a kind of a beautiful peachy gold, while Opal is more of a gold with kind of bronzy undertones. Champagne Pop is kind of a gold with peachy undertones, so it's supposed to be able to be worn with fair skin. As I stated, did I state earlier? I don't know. Did I state earlier? I'm pretty repetitive. If I did, Opal just disappears on me. Like, I look muddy in it, and it's not a highlight at all. So I'm pretty excited to give this a try. I'm gonna go ahead and apply this with my Tarte Domed Bamboo Blush Brush, which I talked about in my June favorites video. What I usually do with this brush is I apply my blush with one side and my highlight on the other. So this is what I apply my highlight with every day. So I'm just going to hopefully not overdo this. So I got some on my blush here, probably too much, just tap off the excess. I'm gonna put it right on my cheekbones there. Oh, just put some more on. I just love Jaclyn Hill. She does such a good job, and her highlight is always perfect. So, now if you don't use highlight, like, girl, it's like the favorite part of my makeup routine. It's just, it brightens your face up so much. It just does wonders. Ooh, there goes my dog. And I'm just gonna go ahead and bring it up around my temple. I'm gonna put a little bit above my eye here. I just wanna be extra highlighted today because I'm just so excited to have this new highlight. And I'm gonna go ahead, and because I don't have anything else, I'm just gonna use my finger to put it on the inner corner of my eyes to really open up my eyes here, brighten them up. So I have it on my cheekbones, just under my brow bone, the center of my eye, a little bit down the center of my nose because I don't like to look too shiny there, and then some on my Cupid's bow. So, I mean, you can really see it on the cheekbones. There's just a beautiful reflection there, especially in this lighting. I mean, it adds a lot of shimmer while still managing to look just kind of like you have a natural glow. That's how I'm perceiving it. I don't have my glasses on though, so if I look like a disco ball, comment below because I can't really see. In fact, where are my glasses? Can I put them on? Do you mind? Just get these on. So I am very impressed with what Jaclyn Hill has done here with her highlight. Like, she did manage to make a gold toned highlight that shows up on my type of skin tone. I would love to see it on someone that is more tan. But like I said earlier, Opal just does not come out on me. Like, it looks completely muddy and washed out and sad. Well, this does a magnificent job. So if you're on the fence about buying this, I would highly recommend it. It is $38, so it's not cheap. But I bought my Moonstone one about a year ago, and it is still going strong because you don't need a lot because it is very intense. So definitely recommend it. If you have Opal at home and you don't want something so similar, you can buy Moonstone. And I hear that if you like combine Moonstone and Opal together, that you will get this effect. I did try it in the store. It did look almost exactly alike. So If you have Opal, go ahead, but I wasn't gonna buy Opal because it does nothing for me. So definitely give this a try. I'm gonna be back with an update on my Too Faced Born This Way foundation about halfway through my shift, and then I will see you guys at the end of my shift as well, just so we can see what the staying powder is like and how it's gonna wear throughout the day. So I'll see you later. Hey guys. So it is about 12:30 in the morning, and as you can see, the foundation has gotten kind of oily on my nose and a little bit on my forehead, which is normal for me. I have combo skin, so it's common for me to have oiliness there, but it's like super oily, and I don't know if you can tell, I'm gonna get close, that, I mean, it's just like I don't really have foundation left on my nose. It's just all kind of melted off, and it's gotten like slightly, just a little tiny bit, like I have like this little line in my laugh lines, which is actually pretty normal for me no matter what foundation I use. Even my Urban Decay Naked, like after I've worn it a while, like a little crease always gets there. I don't think it's really held up all that great for my shift. I will add some powder to my nose and my forehead to kind of give it more of a staying powder, but like I do feel like we've lost some coverage here. My chin still looks pretty good. Up here looks good. So I'm not saying that it's not a good foundation. It's just it doesn't have the staying power that some of my other foundations have, and it's definitely not very matte. I definitely think that my Urban Decay Naked lasts longer throughout my shift than this does on my particular skin tone. Now, if you have dry skin, I bet this is a great foundation for you, but even with my combo skin, like, it's just kind of melted on my face. That being said, that highlight though, right? I mean, that's held up pretty darn good, I ain't gonna lie. So good job at Jaclyn Hill and Becca on your highlighter. As for the foundation, not so much. Like, I don't even think that I need to do an update when I get home, because I don't think that this foundation is for me at work, which is when I normally wear like a face full of foundation. So yeah, I don't know. I really liked how it looked in the beginning and how it wore and how it felt, but I just don't think that this is for me, which really sucks, because like all of the beauty bloggers that have like reviewed this foundation, they love it. They love it. They love it. All the reviews I've seen, they love it. So I don't know, maybe it's the way I applied it. So I'll definitely try a couple more ways. I'll go ahead and I'll powder my nose, and I'll do an update before I head home in the morning, and you guys, you know, just so we can see how it holds up, because maybe it's gonna be super fabulous. Like, maybe it just needs a little setting powder. I don't know, but my nose is like Okay guys, so it is almost the end of my shift. It is around 6 a.m. in the morning, and I just wanted to show you one last look at how the Too Faced Born This Way foundation was doing. I did add some Urban Decay De-Slick powder after my last update, and as you can see, like, the shine is still come back. It is intense. I think it must be the coconut water maybe that's in this formula, so I don't know if I need like a setting spray or if I need to use a primer before I try this foundation. So it's been, it's been about 14 hours since I put this on, and I don't think that I look bad. I just think that I look very shiny and oil slicky right now. I do feel like my pores look huge and shiny. So I think I loved this foundation when I was wearing it short term, but since it has been on my face so long, like, it's just kind of melted off and broken down. I don't know if like a primer is required or if like an all-nighter setting spray is required. I have more sample left over, and I am going to try to use it with a primer tomorrow. I really like how well it matched me, and I do like how light it felt and how little it took to get full coverage. Like, Kat Von D gives you full coverage, right? But it also feels like you're wearing frosting on your face, whereas to this didn't really feel like anything but a moisturizer. So I really want this to work out. Hey guys, so I was really unhappy with my results yesterday. I really wanted to love the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. Everyone else says they love it, so I was like, well, maybe it was my fault. So today I used a primer. I used the Makeup Forever Smoothing Primer because that one's a little bit more mattifying. It helps with your pores and everything, because at the end of the night I just look greasy and my pores look gigantic. So hopefully this will help with that. And I also used a different finishing powder. So instead of my MAC Fix Plus like I used yesterday, today I used my NYX HD setting powder. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll get better results tonight. I will do another video update. Hopefully we get better results. I'll see you guys later. So I just got off of my 12-hour shift at the hospital, and I must say that the foundation did do better after using a primer. Like I said, I used the Makeup Forever Smoothing Primer, and it did do better. I did notice that by probably midnight, the foundation was like completely melted off my nose. I'll zoom in so you can see better. I did have a lot of oil on my nose, but it wasn't as bad on my forehead or my chin or anything. I think that this foundation is just dewy. I think that's just kind of how it is. Foundations melt on my nose whether they're dewy or matte, so I think that it was just worse because this is a dewy foundation and my skin is combination oily. I wish this was my Holy Grail foundation because it applies so amazingly and it looks so flawless when you put it on. I just don't think that it holds up to my oiliness. Sorry about the dog noises, as usual. So I'm going to zoom in so you can get a closer look. So you can see on my nose here that there really isn't any foundation left. Like, you can just kind of see the line where it's completely melted off. I did just like powder my nose, so that's why it's not shiny. I didn't have as many problems last night with it kind of sinking into my laugh lines or my pores like I did without using a primer. So if you do buy the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, I definitely recommend a primer. It really made this foundation perform better for me. So the pros of this foundation are that it applies flawlessly. You look gorgeous. You only need a tiny bit to get medium to full coverage, which is great. It'll save you money in the long run because you're going to use less foundation. There's awesome healthy ingredients in this foundation, which I love, and they are coming out with more shades, which is going to be really great. There's 12 now, and they're coming out with 6 more shades in the fall, which is going to be fabulous. The color I got, Nude, was like a perfect match for me. I think that this foundation would be amazing if you have dry skin. So the cons of this foundation, it's extremely dewy. So if you have oily skin or oily combination skin, this probably isn't going to be the best foundation for you. At least it wasn't in my case, but maybe you have like a tip or a trick for me that could make this last longer. That would be awesome. I didn't use a setting spray because the only setting spray that I have is MAC Fix Plus, which actually makes you look more dewy. So yeah, I was going to stay away from that. So if you've had better results using a setting spray, let me know. Another con is that the staying powder just isn't there. That being said, it's not like they make a claim to say like, oh, this foundation will last 16 hours. It doesn't. So it doesn't say anything about, you know, the length of wear, but so many reviews said that it was long wearing. So I don't know. It just didn't work out for me. I guess it wasn't suited to my skin. I don't know. I will retry this foundation again in the winter when my skin's a little bit drier. Like, I live in Florida and it is super humid out right now. Like, it is insane. It's coming towards the end of July and it's just, as soon as I walk out, I feel like I've walked out into a sauna. But that being said, I was inside in the air conditioning all night, so I'm not exactly sure. I would definitely recommend you trying out this foundation. Definitely go to a Sephora and maybe just get matched and get a sample to see if this works for you, because while it didn't work for me, so many people love it. So I would recommend you trying it. I mean, it's It's $38 or $39, so it isn't cheap. If you tried this foundation before, please comment below with what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, if anything that you tried like made it last longer, or if it just didn't work for you at all. I would really like to hear other people's comments on that because I still have plenty of sample left, so I can definitely try a few other techniques. And I really, like I said, wanted to love this foundation. Like I was like, oh, this has got to be my new holy grail. But I'm still going to be sticking with the Urban Decay Naked just because it doesn't melt off my face that fast. It seems to last a pretty long time, and the finish is still really natural and it's nice and light. It just doesn't provide as much coverage. So what are you going to do? I don't know. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Check out some of my other videos and check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Like I said, comment below and I will definitely get back to you. See you guys soon. Bye.